the night before, 7,000 the night before that, 30,000 a week before that. From the top when you come in. And I knew then, say, okay, they don't get it. Selling out arenas, selling out theaters. Go to Hollywood. Who are you? Ready? And action. Clear disconnect. But it's good to be underestimated because you can end up owning your product.
Hey guys, Kamu, I'm working. That's what I'm doing.
Are you in focus, B?
I can't sleep right now because I'm working.
What I love about what I've been able to do, Medea, everything.
Oh, sorry if I'm flashing you.
Everything, all of it.
Hey, Kamu Robana. Yo, guys, I can't sleep. I'm preparing for so much. So I have to stay up. And I'm going to be working throughout December. Literally on my laptop throughout December. I'm not going on holiday. Nothing. I'll go on holiday on my birthday, which is on the 3rd of March. I'll take 2 weeks off around that time. So for now, I have to work because I missed out on so much of the work because of COVID. So I have to write 2 things at once. I'm writing a script for my movie and I'm writing my next book. So during the day I write my script, during the night I write my book, my new book. And I'm glad it's December because I can do both day and night. And then I don't have a lot of meetings because now a lot of places are preparing to close down because it's almost Christmas. So I take this time to really, really focus on writing. I don't have kids or a husband or whatever, so all my time is dedicated to my work all the time. Guys, if you mention snakes again, I'm really gonna like block you because wow, can we just move on? Like I've got so many other important things to do than talk about snakes. I spoke about snakes for 2 weeks. I've got so many other things to offer the world. If people want to go to Sankomas or whatever they want to do, they can do it. But it is what it is. And I'm trying to fix the Amazon situation. So, yeah, guys, please bear with me if you're waiting on Amazon. I promise you, I'm working very hard on it because there's some copyright things that I need to make sure that are protected. So it's gonna take a couple of days. So yeah, I'm sorry about Amazon. So that's gonna be up very soon, and I'm gonna announce it. So best believe it's gonna happen. It's just that we've got some copyright things that I need to sign off before. So Amazon needs to send me stuff before I add on the other stuff. So no, I can't talk about the movie as yet, so my big mouth, I need to keep quiet. I was just saying I work day and night. That's all I was saying. I can't talk about it yet. Yes, I've read most of the books on my shelf. Guys, my bookshelf is a collection over years. I just didn't wake up and buy all of the books at the same time. It's a collection, so every time I buy a book, I read it and I put it down, or I buy it, I save it for when I need research or when I want something to read. So it's not like I woke up and bought all of these books. There's over 900 books in this place. So I buy books as and when, and then others are just collector's items, like books that are really hard to find, like books that were written in the 60s and the 50s, the 80s, that I'm keeping for my kids and that I'm keeping for myself. Not that I want kids, but you know what I mean. I'm keeping for for those days when I'm old and I want a good classic. So I've read most of them. I mean, it's over the years. No, I don't want to marry anybody. How many have you read from this collection? I don't know. There's over 900 books, so I'm not sure how many books I've read. I read one book a week. So I don't know. With COVID, I was reading 2 books a week. But now I need to slow down because I'm writing. So why don't you want kids? It's not my aspiration. It's not on my bucket list. I don't know. It's not my priority. It's not one thing that I'm like dying for. It's not. It's really not my priority. Hi Jackie, I'm currently on my spiritual journey and would love to connect. Guys, I'm trying to keep my spiritual space very clean because I'm writing, so I cannot tamper with anything right now. So those who need like spiritual guidance, they need to go to someone else because I just can't tap into other things. My focus is writing, so I can't tamper into other people's spirituality because they might differ from mine, so I can't do that right now. You look sad today, Dolly. I'm not sad, I'm just overworked. I'm not sad. I'm just overworked. As you can see, it's 1 o'clock and I've been working. I went to the gym at 6, was done at 9, took a shower, then started working. So now I was taking a break because it's 1 o'clock. So I just said, okay, let me jump on. So I'm sorry if I look sad. I'm just overworked. Do you think to translate your books to Portuguese? Yes, I'm gonna do that. Are you a spiritual healer? I'm not. I'm a writer. The Blessed Game is the only book I've ever enjoyed. Oh damn, thank you. Please read The Hockey Club and the other one. You'll probably enjoy that as well. Jackie, are you okay though? You're looking tired, but I'm not surprised you're up at this time. Yeah, I am tired. I sleep at 5 a.m. to wake up at 9 to work. And then I go to the gym after work and then I come back and write. So I'm only going to do this live for 15 minutes because people are asking me where I am and I'm like, I'm around. It's just that I'm working. I am tired, but I'm going to have to work because my fan base wants like a new book for 2021. And besides, it's what I do. I'm a writer more than anything else. I'm a writer. That's what I do. So, hi Jackie, I need like books on Amazon. I just explained the Amazon thing, guys, like 2 minutes ago. We are working on Amazon. I'm just trying to finalize my copyright so that the books go up. So I promise you the books will be on Amazon. I'm going to announce it like just before the week ends. You will see. Jackie, do you believe in relationships? What do you mean? A relationship is not a person, so I can't believe in it like that, as if it's a spiritual. Relationships are relationships. I just don't care about it. It's not my priority. Like, it's just not my priority. I'm just answering questions, so there's no topic. How do you decide what you want to write about? That's a good question, Bali 9. Wow, actually, how do I decide? That's the thing about my writing, right? I need to be very drawn to a certain topic for me to decide if I'm writing about it or not. I don't know. It just comes to me like a story just comes to me and that it doesn't really leave me. and I start creating characters out of the actual storyline. So I might see something in the world or in somebody, like an experience or something like that, and then I will decide to write about a specific thing that would lead up to that thing that I saw. Jackie, are you in a relationship? No, I'm not. What was the conclusion about the guy from the gym? I just left it. I'm not interested anymore. I'm over it. I'm not dating, guys. I don't have kids and I'm not married. I've said this so many times. And I'm not 31. I'm 32. I was born in 1988. Is there a movie? Yeah, I'm working on something. Your post today, were you wearing red? Yes, girl. Peace Styles. What happened to the... Oh my God, that comment is gone. What happened to the what? Would you be willing, interested, international motivating speaker? I've done a couple of international stuff when it comes to speaking. So, yes. Guys, why are you single? You're beautiful, be single. I'm single because I value myself. The people that were asking me out were people who wanted something out of me, who were not particularly man enough. My life is honestly very hectic, and not a lot of people can understand my life. And some people just want to date you because of clout and they want to be seen around with you. And I'm really not that type of person. I like being home. I don't like going out. So the type of people who are asking me out is people who want to show off, I'm like, wow, that's just too immature for me. So I'm sorry. I just love myself so much, and I've worked hard for myself that if a man comes to me with secondary value of a relationship, I just can't do it. And I've gotten to a point where I can smell bullshit from afar. You can't come to me and show me stuff and show me this. And I'm not 12 years old anymore. Like, I don't like drinking. I don't like going out. So if a man comes to me and starts doing these funny little things, I just can't take it. I just can't. I want a person who is within themselves. They don't have to externalize everything to show me. I've been there, I've done that, it's over. It's okay, can we move on? So I love myself so much that I cannot stand bullshit. I just cannot stand weak egos, low self-esteem. When I look at the South African men, I just see men who are so bruised, who have an ego problem. And it's not all of them, but I mean, the ones who are just everywhere are just these power-hungry, low self-esteem human beings. So I'm sorry. That is the one reason that I'm not dating. I've not dated in 2 years. And it's not a priority for me. It's not important. I don't know. With South African men, I don't see a man that's really good enough for me. I don't. Because what I've seen in the last 2... And I'm not saying I've not gone on blind dates and stuff like that, but every time I get to these stupid dates, a person wants to show you what they have. They wanna sort of show the world what they can do with you. From the minute you get into a restaurant or a place, they're already treating people badly. They're already very boastful. And mind you, I'm a self-made human being. Nobody came and wrote my books for me. Nobody marketed my books for me. I literally built my brand from zero to where it is. So for a man who has ego problems and has self-esteem problems, he's just not going to survive with me. That's the problem. Guys, did you say Pastor Marcus is in the building? Shit. Is he here for real? You guys are lying. You guys are lying. Pastor Marcus is here? You guys are lying. That's why you're asking me funny questions, because the pastor is here. See, I'm not going to get redemption. Yeah, guys, yeah. That's all I'm going to say about dating. It's just not, it's not a thing for me. I'm just busy. Oh my God. Did you guys say Pastor Marcus is here? You guys are lying. I didn't see him. You guys are nasty. Did you guys tag him in this live? How did she get here? Hi Jackie, can you sponsor my event pretty please? What type of sponsorship do you need? Wow, you guys are extra. You're literally tagging him. Yeah, okay, let me go back to answering your questions. Where is the guy from the gym? Ghosted? Gone? Ghosted? Okay. What keeps you motivated? Zoo cakes. Okay. So, guys, I was not born from like a rich family or anything like that. My family worked very hard. So what keeps me motivated is the fear of going back to poverty. Is the fear of losing everything again. I have lost everything 3 times, mind you. And that realization is not great. I fear being poor. I fear being broke. I fear not living my purpose. I'm scared of being stagnant where nothing is happening. I fear of failing myself. So when I think back to all the things that my mother wanted to achieve in her life, and I sort of look at my life and ask myself, will she be proud of me? Have I achieved the things that my mom saw and prophesied on my life for me? It becomes scary. So I fear failing myself and not being a good reflection of my mother's prayers. So that's why I'm sitting up at 1 a.m. and I'm working, where everybody else is enjoying their lives, they're sleeping, making babies and everything else in between. So I really fear failing. I am horrified of poverty, so I'm not doing that. Sorry. Hello, I don't think there's a man who can stand you. One thing I know about men is that they are afraid of open-minded women. So when I check you, they're all afraid to date you. Yeah, I've had a man. I've had a man who has told me that, who said they like me, but they fear that I'm very outspoken and very independent. And I would just intimidate him. And it got to a point where he actually didn't even want to introduce me to his friends because he was so scared. So, I mean, like, if you've got a small ego, you probably have a small erection. So either way, I'm out. Sorry, that was just nasty. But yeah, either way, I'm out. When will the books be available in Europe? It's going to be available on Amazon. Guys, I'm just trying to fix my copyright stuff with Amazon so that no one else steals my work. So it's going to be available for everyone, like in a couple of days. I just need to fix it. I was actually busy with that stuff right now. Guys, why are you tagging Pastor Marcus in this thing? You guys are nasty. Like, that is so wrong. If you weren't a writer, what would you have been? Wow. I have a thing for architecture, but I'm not good at it. I would have been a psychologist. Yeah. Yeah. I would have been a psychologist. Still a possibility. They're like, Jackie, you can't even laugh. What's going on, Mrs. Cupcake? I'm just overworked. I'm just really overworked. I'm tired. I'm just overworked. Can you read Sotuyeski Mosoto? Can you please help me understand sleep No, I'm not going to speak about sleep paralysis right now. It's too late for that kind of conversation. Ugh. That is a bit hectic. Do you live alone? I can't say. How do you make sure you get enough rest? I don't know how to do that. I still struggle with working and resting. You must rest at some point. Yeah. I'll probably pass out sometime in the week. Hey, CJ, please explain what could be the reason behind you almost having a heartache or panic attack when you see your ex, even in pictures. It's trauma. That is trauma. It's when you have that subconscious line of traumatic events in your head, and when you see your ex or when you see their pictures, your heart races. It's that psychological trauma that's embedded in your head that you have not dealt with. So every time you will see them, you'll have those panic attacks. Kagiso 5470, Jackie, Mara, sometimes I fear you though. Babe, pray for your safety. Guys, God has us covered, and besides, there's just so much security in this complex. But thank you. What is the one thing you would change if you were to become president? We're already campaigning, aren't we? I'll just change a lot of people in leadership roles because they don't deserve them. That's the first thing we change. All those people who are just sitting there sucking money out of taxpayers' money. Like, all of those people must just go. Oh gosh, these comments are just moving so fast. I'm so sorry. What about Ref? Are you busy or productive at Jackie? What does it mean? What would the first thing when you do when you become president? I just answered that. Could you inspire one with your, with your writing background, and what advice should one follow to be a great writer? Jackie, do you have a bodyguard? Can't answer. What motivated you to start writing, Jackie? Like motivation behind it? Thoughts on LGBTQ? What about them? I'm gonna explain the writing part now. When is the next book? Asked Jackie. Can't tell. Says Jackie, what could be the reason of dream snakes? Oh gosh, guys, the snakes part again. Sometimes, guys, it's just anxiety because you just think about it too much. But there's a deeper meaning to that. Did you read all of those books? I just answered that question. I did answer the question. Who are your favorite authors? Waneso. I've got a lot. George O'Neill, Francine Rivers, Durusani Boyosani, Hlomo series, Zake Simda. Oh, goodness. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I can't really pick one. I sent you a DM since you said we must share ideas on what must change in the country. No sipo. Okay, I'll check it out. How does one... Okay, I'm going to answer the writing stuff, right? Jackie, would you date a younger man? Please motivate your answer. What is younger? Actually, no. It's a straightforward answer, no. I mean, for an example, I'm going to answer the writing questions now, but let me just answer this one quickly. For an example, men take a longer time to mature, right? So for me, maturity will be 10 years younger. No, that means I'll be dating a 20-year-old. That is my younger sister's age. No, not even 5 years, not even 1 year. No. Men take longer to mature. And for me, that is already a problem, that I'll need to wait for your maturity. Number 2, emotionally, men are unstable. Okay. Number 3, my workload and the way that I do things, a younger man would not necessarily be able to carry the burden of my life. And I would always have to find ways to protect him. And I don't think I can baby someone at this point in time. And spiritually, because of lack of experience, it will be very difficult to date a younger person who has not remotely or even by an ounce experienced what I've experienced over time. And to get a young man who is mature is very hard. It's not all of them. So I'm not going to be looking around for a mature young man. So by virtue of my life experience and where I come from, in terms of my history, my personal history, a younger man would not be able to understand, nor will he be able to carry the burden of my life. No, and I'm just not attracted to younger people. So no, I'm sorry. What about a Namibian guy? I don't date people because of their race or nationality. I date human beings. Human beings is far more important than nationality. I'm not gonna meet a guy and ask you, oh well, are you Zambian, Namibian, or what? Of course you're gonna pick it up when you are in a conversation and maybe the language barrier there's a difference in language barrier. You're gonna pick it up, but that is not a priority. Like you're not gonna outrightly just say, am I dating you because you're of a different nationality? So I don't care about those things. Do you donate some of your books to books you have read? No, I don't donate because I'm a book collector. I buy my books to collect and to keep and to preserve over time, because books are going to be faded out because of technology. So I buy my books to preserve them, and I'm building a home library. So I don't give away my books at all. I would rather buy somebody a book and give it to them, but I don't give away my books. Do you have friends? Yes, I do. I've got 4 friends. One of my best friends, she lives in Dubai. She's a flight attendant, so her husband is based in Dubai, so they live in Dubai. And then my other best friend lives in Johannesburg, and the other best friend lives in Cape Town. And then my other friend lives here in Joburg, so I've got 4 friends. And then my other best friend, but he's a male, he lives in KZN. Do you use a pen and page while writing, or do you write directly from the PC? I use 3. I use a tape recorder, I use a notepad, and I use my MacBook. So 3 things. Tape recorder, where I do all my voice notes, and then a notepad for notes and sketching of characters and stuff like that. And then laptop to type out the story. Sis Jackie, I sent you a DM regarding sleep paralysis. Please help me when you can. Can I do that in the morning? I'll do that in the morning. Is there a plan for you to go to international as a writer? Yes. I'm actually going to do something very cool with a good friend that you guys were tagging. Is Pastor Marcus still here? Because I don't want to say things that he has not approved. Oh, God. What genres are you into when reading? I read crime and investigation. I read romantic. I read historic novels. I read a lot of crime. A lot of crime. Yeah, crime. Yeah, crime. Pastor Marcus makes Jackie blush. You guys are just being weird. He's my friend, so I'm gonna blush. I'm gonna laugh. He's my friend. Are you in a relationship? No. He shall approve. Yeah, he will. If you guys tell him to approve what I'm gonna ask of you. Been watching Kings of Joburg. What's your take on that? No comment. Can't say anything about Kings of Joburg since it is done. I know other people are still gonna watch it, so I can't say anything. Can I be a friend or older sister? Older sister, how old are you? The best book you have ever read. My all-time favorite classic. It's The Help, which is right here. It's The Help. And then Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. And then right next to me, Bible. And then, where is it? Oh my gosh, where's that book of mine? Okay, it's too far. I can't find it. It's probably right at the back. It's probably right at the back. Ever read the Slave book? No. Let me note it down, and then I'll try to find it on Take-A-Lot. If it's interesting, I'll buy it. It's called what? The Slave book. Who is it by? Do you wish to get married one day? It's not a priority. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Is it possible to have more than one best friend? Yes, I've got 4. They're different. They're very different people. They're very, very different people. It's by Jacob. Don't know the surname. Can I camp in your study for a few days? Yes, sure. Also, Alec Wakebook. Yeah. Have you ever read The Alchemist? Yes, I've got it. Whoa, it's Paulo. Where's Paulo? I put books in sections, so Paulo. Shit, where is it? Oh, okay. Yes, the base series is coming on Kindle. Don't worry, it's gonna be on Amazon. Don't worry, I'm gonna announce it in the next 2-3 days. Have you read Barbara Taylor Bradford or Daniel Steele novels? They are romance. Yes, I've got a lot of Daniel Steele, actually. And let me see, where's my Daniel Steele collection? It's right at the back. I actually could find, I found it easy. Daniel Steele. There's a lot more. Yeah, there's a lot. I just need to pick them all correctly. How ancestors related to God? Guys, I'm not a pastor. I'm actually watching a video on YouTube of ex-congregates exposing. Oh my gosh, okay. I think we need a live videos where we discuss books. I would love to hear your opinion on some of the books we have in common. I'm happy to do that. You need what? You need to get my book. Oh, yeah, I would. What is your book about? No, I don't have nightmares. Jackie, could I please send you a DM? You keep missing my question. What is the question, Nana? Hey, can you just share business ideas? You can share them if you want to. Have you read The Alchemist before? What do you mean? Before what? Your dreadlocks are nice. Thank you. Why are you always doing live videos around this time? Because that's the time I'm working. I need some answers about the best series. Okay, let me see if I can answer your question. Okay, you want answers? Hi.
Hi, Jackie.
How are you?
Fine, thanks. And how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm about to drink juice from this thing because I'm too lazy to get a cup.
And I'm on chamomile tea because I have to sleep.
Okay, what's your question, Anna?
Okay. Hope it's nothing personal. Hey. I think I've been asking this, but you haven't been replying on it. On the best series, does it ever involve you? Do you have anything to do with it?
Okay, hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. 1 second. Ooh, okay. Whoa, if I drop this thing, Jesus. Okay, Mama, what's your question? Sorry.
Okay, I think I'm too nervous, but it's fine. I usually thought that when I'm reading the book, are you treasure or do you have anything to do with the book?
So your question is, am I treasure?
Yes, maybe. Yeah.
Why are you not straightforward?
Okay, yeah. Are you treasure?
Okay, which books have you read so far?
I've only read the best series Hockey Club. Yeah.
You've read the Hockey Club only.
Yeah, I'm still
How
on it
did you get to
actually.
the Hockey Club before you read the Blesses game?
Because it was on my brother's collection, so I had to read it.
So you have not read the first one. So the first one would have told you.
The thing is, I'm always busy with my schoolwork, so I just get a chance to read now and then. So yeah, that's why.
Can I give you an assignment? You need to read the first one. The first one will tell you who treasure is. Like,
Okay, it's a good assignment. Anyways, I'm about to finish with my schoolwork by next week,
it's
so
so
yeah.
easy, guys. It's so easy. Like, I don't get it. I've said it so many times. I don't understand why you don't get it. I've said it so many times. Can somebody in the comment section just tell her who treasure is? Because I think somebody knows. Like, somebody knows. Are there people who have read the actual Bear series and completed the series on these comment section? Because I need somebody to tell her who Treasure is. Kabelo gave you an answer.
Oh, so it's a sister. It's a sister.
Who?
Kisesi Jake. Kisesi Jake. Kisesi.
Um,
I think that's Tutu. Siswako. Isn't it like that?
Treasure is Jackie. Jackie is Treasure. Jackie is Treasure. But you are Treasure. See, everybody knows because they've read the series.
Oh, wow. So you're writing the book on experience.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's really interesting now.
Yeah, when somebody says I've never read the book, but I know Treasure is Jackie.
No, I did. I think I assumed that it was you, but I didn't want to assume that because I haven't read the whole series. I haven't gotten the chance to read the whole series.
Okay, can you start from the beginning because you went right into the middle of the story?
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for
Was there
inviting
another
me.
question?
No, that was just something I was a bit concerned about.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Guys, those of you who are in China and Europe, the book is going to be on Amazon in the next couple of days. I'm going to do an announcement. Then you will see. So it is going to be available to everyone. Just give me a couple of days to sort this Amazon stuff out. It's gonna be there. Okay, so should I just take? I see the requests are coming in very fast. Okay, let's see who's next before I sleep. Oh, this sucks, man. Jackie, I was asking if you'd be willing to sponsor a foundation outside of South Africa. At this point, no. I just don't. When I sponsor stuff, I need to be actively involved to see where the sponsorship is going. Even I was supposed to do some charity work this weekend, but I couldn't do anything because things just went left very quickly. So if I were to sponsor stuff, I need to know exactly what's going on, where what is going. Are the people who are receiving the sponsorship receiving what we have given out? Yeah, it's just a mess. But not this year, because my priority right now is to make sure that the kids that we are taking to school go back to school in 2021, because this year was a bit difficult for those kids. So I need to focus on them and make sure that they're able to go back to school again. So I'm sorry, I can't sponsor anything until these girls are back in school. Okay. Do you think success is a calling? That's a tricky one. Okay, I'm just seeing this person's forehead. I don't know what happened, Jackie. What are you doing for a living except writing books? Do you ever ask a doctor what he's doing for a living except helping patients? This is why, as much as I do have other stuff on the side, but I just feel like it is so distracting for. Hi, can I just say this?
Yes, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I just want to say this, right? So somebody said, what else do you do besides writing? And I find it to be such a distracting question because a lot of people, okay, your camera is just like going left. A lot of people are so focused on doing multiple things and they're not perfecting anything. And because society says, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, like you want all these titles before you perfect any single thing. And now you must be able to tell the world that, oh, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. But have you ever even mastered the one thing you started with? Um, people never ask doctors what else do they do on the side. Because what? They're just supposed to be doctors? Accountants, do you ever say to an accountant, what do you do on the side? Do you ever say to a neurosurgeon, what do you do on the side? Do you ever say anything to a teacher? What do you do on the side? So you guys are getting sidetracked by society because you want to be a jack of all trades and you've mastered nothing. Um, just because society says, oh, you need to be an actor, a dancer, a DJ, or what, and you think you can do all of those things in a space of 2 years when you have not even mastered one. So, for that simple question, I'm going to ask you another question and ask you, do you ever ask a doctor if they've got a side hustle? Do you ever ask a doctor if they've got a side hustle? So why don't you let me perfect my writing so it becomes generational? I'm not going to wake up and decide and be a dancer or to be like a prison warder or whatever career is there. But when are you going to perfect what you're supposed to do first before you ask people, oh, so what else do you want to do? Or do you only ask that just to scale a person to see if you can respect them or not? Is that why you want to ask that question? Because people have a tendency of asking people what they do to see what level of respect they give them. Not because they're perfect at what they do, but only because they feel like if they've got more titles, then they are more important. So don't ever ask me what I do. I'm a writer. Deal with that. Deal with that. If it's not good enough for you, then you have a problem. Because then you want titles that you have not perfected or you have not even earned. Imagine if an architect says, I'm an architect because I'm a doctor, I'm a neurosurgeon, I'm a psychologist, I'm a dancer, I'm a DJ. Like, really? Allow people to have careers so that they can flourish in that specific career. You can't expect a 30-year-old to be the CEO of 10 companies, a 20-year-old to be a doctor, a nurse, an architect, a lawyer at the same time. When did they finish school? But you're already asking, what else are you doing? The pressure. Why are you giving people so much pressure unnecessarily? What are you good at? What have you perfected before you start wanting other titles? So deal with what you see and what people are willing to show you. If somebody says I'm a dancer, they are a dancer. You can't wake up and say, what else do you do? Is it because you lack respect for their work, for their art, that you feel like if they had a different title, you would respect them better? Or you trying to see how much you can get out of them? Because if they've got multiple streams of income, then you can benefit? Is that why you're asking? So which one is it? Allow people to be the best at the one thing they know how to do. Stop putting people under pressure to do 10 different things that they will hate and they will never succeed in. So, yeah, that's about it. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Hi.
There we go. Hi.
All right. I just wanna ask the I just wanna answer the questions that you asked. I don't think the person who asked you that question has, like, what she was asking has anything to do with respect, or that.
No. I'm not just saying, I just generalized it for other people as well. I understand what he was saying, like, what do you do? But I feel like it's those type of questions that make people feel inferior. Not that it's an attack on me. He's not attacking me or anything like that. But I'm saying if they were to ask that same question to a younger person or somebody who has not found themselves, it would feel like, my God, what I'm doing not good enough because you have to ask me about 1, 2, 3? Why don't you acknowledge what you see in front of you, which is what I've presented to you? So, for example, if somebody said to you, if you said you're an accountant, but then this person looks at you and they're like, but you're an accountant, but you're still using a taxi. Is there something else that you're doing? See, it's undermining. You get me?
All right.
And it puts a lot of people under unnecessary pressure because they feel like whatever they're doing right now is not good enough. So they need to find something to supplement what they're doing. So it makes people feel like giving up on the initial thing that they're doing because society says, go look for something else. Do you get me? He or she was not attacking me at all, but I used it as a general statement to say, guys, can we be careful when we ask these questions? Because other people in their field of work, they might feel like it's an attack because they're not of a certain level as yet and they're not confident in what they do. So the question of, what are you doing? Is there something else? Might feel like what you're doing is not good enough.
Yeah. All right. If you put it that way, then I do get it. But I think that question is often asked for, like, when you are a writer or an actor. I think the society has put it in a way that if you are a writer, and then, like, for example, when people look at you, they'll think that maybe you have a side hustle, because when they look at you, you look good and everything seems to be in place. But if you look at someone who has already started writing, but you look at their background and what they have achieved, sometimes even they're not doing much. And such people, most of the time, they're not motivated because they think that when you are focusing on writing alone, it's not enough because it has no money.
But then it proves my point. You just proved my point that writers and actors need to always be doing 5 different things because the acting writing is not good enough for society. Then it means that you won't make it. You get me? It means that you're not getting a good enough salary or something like that, or your profession does not qualify the life that the society desires out of you.
Yeah, definitely.
So you just proved my question. You just proved my point 100%. Because if a young writer, somebody who's just starting, is already programmed in their head to say, I need to have another job because writing won't work out, then they won't write to the best of their ability.
Yeah.
Because they will always be thinking, what's option B? Because my option A is not going to work out.
Yeah.
But then my question is, if we keep instilling fear in young people that their option 1 is not good enough, then what are we going to end up? A society that is never ambitious to achieve anything. Because the one thing that you really want to achieve, society says it's not good enough. Go find option B. So you're already telling a young person that don't aspire to be a writer, don't aspire to be an actor. But then what happened to people like Tyler Perry? Tyler Perry is just a writer.
He is.
But he comes from nothing. So
Yeah.
you're telling a young person who wants to be a writer they can't be a Tyler Perry? Did he have a side hustle?
Nope.
What was Tyler Perry's side hustle?
There was no side
There
hustle.
was no side hustle. He was writing every day. And
Yeah.
he still writes every day. So you're already telling a young person that they can't be a Tyler Perry. Why are you doing that? You're already telling an actor like Vanilla Davis, Lupita Nyong'o. So you're telling young people that acting is not enough when you've got those people? Come on, guys. Can we not do that to young people? Can we
Yeah.
not do that? If
Yeah.
you're already telling them that you need a side hustle because you want to be an actor, you want to be a writer,
They
then
want
you undermine
to.
people like Oprah Winfrey,
Yeah.
Tyler Perry, Lupita Nyong'o, Gabriel Union, people who started things from zero. You undermine those people because you're saying this generation cannot dream high enough to be on those seats. So when somebody says, where's your second hustle? You undermine the work that has already been done by other people who are sitting in those chairs. Nobody gave Tyler Perry anything, but he was a writer. That's what he did.
Yeah, true.
So are we saying that you can't aspire to be that because society is telling you to have a second option because they feel like you cannot achieve it? So they're projecting on you? No.
Just vote you for presidency.
No. No, guys. No.
Oh man, yeah, I hear
I
you.
never have an option B. I make it work. I never plan an option B. And I know it sounds crazy. When people were like, Jackie, if you fail, I'm like, no, I've already failed in your head. That's why you have an option B on my behalf. But in my head, my option one is my option one. So dark or blue is going to work out.
Yeah.
I might have stumbling blocks along the way, but I'm going to see to finish. Do you understand? I'm going to make it work. So because you fear how big my dream is, already you've created option B and C and D, and you've already decided where I'll end up without you even seeing my vision. So already you're asking me about an option B, C, and D. When I'm not even finished, I'm not even halfway of achieving my option A. I'm only at level 1. And you're already thinking that I'm at level B. I'm like, no, I just started. So you cannot write me off. So this is why young people are so scared to dream. Because people are always asking them, what's your option B? Because in their heads, they've already failed them.
Yeah.
So you want to tell me a young writer cannot be a Tyler Perry? Come on, guys. No. No. Never ask me if I've got an option B. This is my option 1 and this is the start and the finish. Because people never ask doctors, Uguti,
They
what
never.
else is your option B? A teacher, you don't ask a teacher, what are you going to do? Have a side hustle? A professor, do you ever ask a professor, what's your side hustle?
No.
No. So stop asking people their side hustles because you take them away from their focus. Because they already, now you're putting things in their head that they're not good enough. They're not going to achieve this. They're late, they're old, they're too young, they are broke, they come from poor backgrounds. You're putting all these things in their heads. Instead of you reminding them that your option B is good enough. Stay with your option B. Imagine if you said to Steve Jobs, do you have an option B and C and D? And he's like, no, I want to do an iPhone. That's my option A. And then you're like, oh, okay, but can't you do another phone and another one? Is like, no, I want to do an iPhone.
Yeah.
So imagine if he changed his mind 10,000 times. Imagine if Mandela said, oh, okay, guys, I want to fight for the country. And then tomorrow's like, no, I want to be a lawyer. And then the other way, I want to do boxing. No, I want to be a runner.
Then there'll be jack of all trades and master of none.
Exactly. Then we will all be doing 5 different things.
Yeah.
Imagine now if you're sick and your doctor said, oh, hi, it's 2 o'clock. I need to go to my side hustle. So figure yourself out.
Yeah.
Imagine if you went to a psychologist or a neurosurgeon, somebody who's going to operate your brain, and then at 2 o'clock they say, "Oh, my side hustle, it's time. I
Pudding.
need to go." What are you going to do? What are you going to do
You
if you
screwed.
had a knee operation and the person who's going to operate your knee says, "Oh, sorry, you came at a wrong time. It's time for my side hustle"? What are you going to do? So let people focus on their option A as much as they can.
Yeah. True.
You would rather ask them, instead of saying, "What's your option B?" rather ask them how far you are with your option A and what can I do for you to achieve option A. Don't ask them about their side hustle. Ask them how far they are to achieve option A. So I will always say this, I promise you. If your doctor said at 2 o'clock, "I'm going to my side hustle," what would you say?
You'll think he's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, you'll think he's
You
crazy.
think he's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Is he gonna leave you with an open skull so that he can go to his side hustle?
Mm. Yeah.
So no. Don't allow people to remove you from your option A, whether they see it as successful or not, whether they believe in it, whether they want to help you or not.
Mm.
Don't let people remove you from your option A.
Yeah. True. That is so true.
Just focus. I'm just focusing on my writing because I want to create a movie next year. That's what I want to do. I'm writing my script now. So if somebody says to me, "When are you going to go to a second hustle?" I'm like, "Darling, who's going to write all these books?"
We'll have nothing to read if you do that.
Exactly. No, but like then all the writers don't matter.
Yeah.
Because are you saying to all the writers they need a second hustle? So what books are you going to read if we all decide to go do a second hustle and we never finish writing?
Definitely.
So we cannot put those things in our own heads that we need a second hustle. We don't. You need to focus on what you're doing.
And perfect.
And what you're doing will lead you to other things that will generate a greater income if that's what you want. Imagine if Oprah decided, "Oh, I'm going to be a dancer. I'm not going to have a talk show." Would you have all these other things that she created after the talk show?
No.
No.
Yeah.
You know?
I
We
hear.
can't have confused young people. Let young people decide and support their decision to become what they want to become. Don't give them options. Let them do the one thing they want to do. And let them succeed at that one thing. But as soon as you say, "Okay, you can be a bus driver, you can run the marathon, go to the Olympics, no, come back and be a DJ." When
Started.
are you gonna do? When are you gonna finish any of them?
We will not do
So
anything in life.
sorry. Yeah. So I mean, just let people be, man. Like let people be. I'm really one person who doesn't give a shit about people's opinions. I don't care. I don't care. That's why it's so hard for people to say shit in my face because they know I don't give a shit. I know exactly what I'm doing and I'm doing it at my own pace. I'm not trying to copycat anyone. I'm not writing books that are similar to anyone. I don't even look at left and right and to look who's saying what, who's doing what. I don't care. I really don't care. So people will come and try to call you names and try to do this just to distract you because they live a very miserable life. You know, people who are so empty and all they can do is like focus on one person because that person irritates their soul.
And weigh you down.
And yeah, you know, I don't know how many times I get asked this question: how do I deal with negativity? I don't deal with it. It's none of my business. Your opinion is none of my business. And
So
if I don't, yeah, and if I don't relate, I move on. I don't have to argue with you. I don't have to ask you questions. Why you do this? I don't. Even when people comment and say stuff, and I'm like, psh, for the mere fact that you are tirelessly following me and you want to write negative things on my life, it means you're so fucking miserable. It means your life is so fucking boring because all you do is look at me and find all the faults in me.
that is true.
Exactly. You know, so I don't deal with that bullshit because I know people are lonely, they're desperate, they think that they look at you and they're like, oh, she's just this, she's just that. I'm like, I don't give a shit. It's your opinion. You don't feed me, you don't pay for anything I have, you like nothing. So you mean nothing to me. Like nothing, zero. You mean nothing. And people will try to make themselves superior than other people, and they try to use their titles, and those things don't faze me. I've seen so many powerful people who don't even acknowledge their wealth because they worked hard without any blood money. And then those who kill people and they sleep with people and they do all these funny things, they're the ones that feel like they want to flaunt everything in your face.
Yeah, true.
Because they don't know the hard work, you know? They got the easy way out. So I don't give a shit about those people. I really don't. Because I know how hard I work. I don't have a ghostwriter writing for me. Look, it's 2:00. I'm sitting here working, you know? People will be like, oh, but you don't have this, you don't have that. I'm like, I don't live for you. I don't live for you. I am one person who doesn't even have debt. My car's fully paid off. I have zero debt because I don't live to show off anything to anyone. I don't live for the clothes. I don't live for the alcohol. I don't live for anything because my only focus is to achieving what I want to achieve. That's it. I don't have to show you anything. I don't care about it. I don't give a shit. So you'll get people who will write funny comments, and I'm like, the mere fact that you're sitting here and you're watching me and you're so irritated by me is because I've got something that you'll never have.
Yeah, definitely.
You can have all the money, you can have a big house or whatever, but the mere fact that you're sitting in my comments and you're writing all these negative things is because I have something you will never have and that money cannot buy. So I don't give a shit about negative people. I don't even respond to them. I don't. I look at it and block and move on. I really just block and move on. So I saw like 1 or 2 negative comments even here, and I'm like, oh, psh, after this live, I'll block you. I don't give a shit about you. You know, there are so many people who are so positive, who want to achieve things, who want proper advice, who advise me as well, who critique my work, who say, okay, Jackie, this chapter, I think that you could have done that. I focus on that because those are the positive people, you know?
Gotcha.
So I really don't give a shit about anyone else. I really don't. I really don't give a shit. I just laugh because the way my life is like right now, I'm enjoying every bit of it. Like every bit of it. You know? Every bit of it. There's no place where I'm like, oh God, I want this, I want that. Yeah, of course you want to succeed and you want to achieve certain things, but I'm doing it at my own pace. You know, I'm not in competition with anybody. I don't care what people say, what they don't say.
You're running space.
Yeah, like, I don't give a shit. I really don't care. I am one person who doesn't sit there and read these negative bullshit. I just block them and I move on. So, like, who cares, man? Like, go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit. I really don't care, man. I've got so much. No, the thing is, I've got so many good things that are happening. And in the process, I've achieved so many good things that I didn't think I would achieve this year alone. So there's so many things that people will be like, I lost this in COVID, I did that. And I'm like, I actually didn't lose anything. As a matter of fact, I wrote a book and finished it. You know, I wrote my exams and finished them. Nothing disturbed me. I'm okay. My family was in good health except for this weekend where my sister was sick. But those things are like just things. It's just life.
Yeah, true.
It's really just life. If you focus on this bullshit, you'll be sick. Because people are sick here. People are very sick in this society, and they want you to become nothing because in their heads they are nothing.
Yeah, they want you
know?
they want to pull you back to their.
Yeah. So I don't give a shit about those people. I don't even follow them. I don't even look at their pages. Like, I'm like, dude, I don't even follow you. So I don't care. I really don't care.
Thank you so much for accepting my request. I gotta go.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Guys, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. Somebody's already sending me a WhatsApp. Okay, I'm gonna read one more before. Oh gosh, I had such a good day today, actually. Ooh. Oh damn. Let's see. Okay, I think I was about to speak to her then, but her line crashed. Yeah, wabona. Avile. This was supposed to be 15 minutes. Exactly my point. 15 minutes, but look at you guys. Yeah, guys, this was supposed to be 15 minutes, but then... but then look at what happened. Okay, I'm gonna accept one more person, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Oh Lord. I tried to accept you, Koneka. I tried, but it rejected, so I don't know what the problem is. I tried. It didn't want to work. I'm trying. Okay, let me try. Mrs. Hill. I'm just gonna accept one more person, guys, and I need to go back to writing.
Hey, Betty.
Yay!
What's
up?
going on?
How are you?
I'm doing fine. It's freezing down here in Texas right now.
Oh my God,
So
you're in Texas?
I'm in Texas.
Shit.
I just wanted to let you know that regardless to whoever is trying to bring you down, the impact that you have done to some of us. I haven't read your book yet, but I follow you with every platform that I have on social media. Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
Like
that is super cool.
Me and my husband, before I moved to Texas, I'm born and raised in Namibia. Before I moved to Texas, me and my husband studied a lot of demonology, the study of demonology.
Yeah.
And all I just want to let you know is, like, the energy comes heavy. So even if people want to claim to try and push you away from that, or don't want you to understand it, the energy really comes heavy, and it requires that you have to be in a very powerful prayerful life, so to say. And a lot of people who comes on the platform that gives us people with no eyes. God, don't get me started. don't get me started. I mean, they want to distract us from knowing the truth. This year has been the year. This year has been the year for us to see miracle wonders, real miracles.
Yeah.
And and even if they don't understand it, it came through you, and you are a blessing. And I believe you, don't read negative comments, because they really try to distract you from the real focus that we people who wants to know more the truth deserve to see. So I just want to let you know you are a blessing, and I love you so much. I just love you so much, and I'm looking forward to have your book. I haven't ordered it yet because I'm trying to raise some funds, but no, not really raise some funds. I have a lot of babies, so I'm taking care of babies. So I'm trying to get my time so that I can prepare myself to really, really go through it. However, I would order your book if you said it's on Amazon, right?
Yes, we're putting it up on Amazon. It's going to be there like in the next 2 days. I just had to sign off the IP and the rights to Amazon so that they can sell it. So that's why I just pinned this comment. Nontantas, she says, "What are the books getting on Amazon? I've been checking, itching to get my
Yes,
hands on them." So
yes. I was
there
also
was
trying.
one thing, there was one document that was missing from me because I had to sign off something for
Oh
Amazon.
man.
So they just
I
need like 24 hours or 48 hours to approve that document, and then all the books go up. So I
oh,
promise I'm going to do the announcement for Amazon. So it will be
I'm
obviously Africa, UK, America, and the rest of the world. So
man. I am super, super excited about that. I really, 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 I'm so happy. I'm so happy about that. And I'm just looking forward for many people to see, to read your session, because it, it's, I just need mostly the young people. I'm not young. I'm really, really old.
you know,
But I just want, including me, because there's a whole lot of things that we need to keep on reminding ourselves so that we redirect ourselves to the path, because the conversations that you have opened are the conversation that took us deep to the level where our own parents could not even open up to. And I
yeah,
love it. I don't want you to be distracted, because the power that you have towards recreating knowledge within our knunos is at I'll never go back. You are making me speak fake Zulu. Eh? I will never go Oh yeah, Jackie, I'm really, really thankful. I'm not gonna lie to you. My husband and I watch you all the time, and we see also. There was also, I think, a session that you have with one of the pastors. The last one that
yeah, it was Pastor
that
Marcus Gill.
yeah, yeah, that was also really good. But on top of that, I just want you to be also way too careful, because irregardless to some of the information that comes in, be focus, because certain conversation leads you to take you out of the real
Yeah,
focus. And
yeah,
then you'll be like, okay, now where is the end time for this? Because we really want to focus on
yeah,
exposing what people need to know, so that when we are deciding, we don't want to be under the spell. We want to say we are going because we decide to go, not because we are under the spell.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
I'm just so, so, so thankful. I love you so much. And I'm looking forward to that book. And I'm really, really looking forward to that book, to be honest.
thank you
And
very much.
yeah, and I'm really, really looking forward to that. I want to write you an email, because I want to invite you to be also one of the cover of the digital magazine that I host here and also in India. I run a lot of influential platforms, and I just want you to be. The digital magazine is you actually shop within the digital magazine. We add your Amazon link on there, and then you tell us your story, and then people can shop through the digital magazine. I'm really looking forward to that, because I am the spreader of good rumors, yeah. So I
So
don't know. I should maybe write
please
you an
DM
email.
me after this.
I will definitely DM you, and I'll also send you a few my influential platforms that I share your content. I shared it a lot because I'm like, you guys, we're all here blasting in our faces. Now
Yeah.
guess who's still the
You
big?
guys made me trend in America. It was so crazy. Like,
Yes,
it
yeah.
was like weird. I'm like, what? When they sent me the screenshot, they're like, you're trending in America. I'm
We
like,
are
what?
ready. We are super, super ready. And it's part of the women of influence here in Texas. We have a big group here of women down here in the South as well, where we discuss a lot of topics. If one day we raise that fund, we can have you as our whole guest, honey. I'm so ready for you. I am
Believe you
so ready for
me.
you.
Believe you me, with the God that we serve, anything is.
Woo.
I tell you, if I were to tell you the things that I
Woo.
achieved because of God and the things that I fought off because of God, you'll be shocked.
Hey,
Like, I have used my prayer sessions for a lot of fights.
man, God
Many,
is
many,
really.
even the ones that I don't even know, and the
Ooh,
ones that are just trying me.
that is
Um,
powerful.
but believe you me, the God that we serve will make anything possible. You just watch and see.
God
You
is
watch and
really,
see.
really, 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 really powerful. And you will never get distracted. I came on a different level towards that, but so far I have been standing. I'm still standing still. And the time we started doing those studies with D, my husband, is like you could even feel you want to talk about, they want to say, most of the time I even see people commenting saying, hey, oh, it's just because it's a African man. If it was a white person, you wouldn't say about that. You don't know because you are not in that community. What every race does on a level of spiritual
Spirituality.
forces, it's very difficult. The reason why we are addressing Africans is because we are Africans. And it
Yeah.
has to be there. You cannot address people that you don't know or a
Mm.
community that you don't know. But even us who live in Texas, there is like a small town, Louisiana, and other towns here where when you go there, you are just going in a spiritual world. And as soon as you enter, you can even feel it pouring on you. And they want to blind us because they don't want us to be in a position to be aware of ourselves, to make better decisions without being under spells. Whew.
Yeah.
Anyways, I love you, girl. I'll DM you. I'm looking forward to that book. I'm really, really looking forward to that book.
Yes. I promise you, it's gonna be on Amazon very soon, and I'm gonna like post a video to say, you will see in the caption that Amazon live. You will see that the books are live on Amazon, and we're gonna do like a
Sure.
whole countdown to celebrate. My friends are
Oh yeah.
already planning like a lunch to say, guys, you're officially on Amazon. Let us pray and make sure that you're number one on Amazon when you hit Amazon. So the Bear Nation in
Man,
Texas and in America, you guys need to do the work, and in like
I will. I
China and
will.
UK.
I'll make you a whole cover of the magazine, and I'll have all the link listed at least for 3 months. Because I know
You're a
that the whole
queen.
we have about 150K people viewing the magazine at the moment. It's not really a big. When I started it, I'm not even a writer. I talk. I have that app where you talk and it writes everything for
I need that.
you. I will also send it to you. It's very, very, very good because D, I'm on the phone with Jackie. D, D. Wait. D. I'm on the phone with Jackie. We are live with Jackie.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah. Everybody's under a blanket because
Hey,
they're.
husband.
How you doing?
Let's leave him for now.
Oh
Before
my god. These
people
people
say
are
I'm
just the
not
vibe.
him,
Mrs.
he's not
Hero.
up for advertisement yet.
Oh my god. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Anyways, yeah. I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. I'm proud of you. Don't worry about the 2 people or 50 people that, even if I'm the only one to support you, my sister, I'm right here with you. I'm right here with you. Yeah, and me and D, we continue. He's now out of the bed because we watch you like every single day, like, and then we'll be doing like commentary. You see, no, don't. You see, no, don't listen to that part. No, come back. It's like a whole soccer team.
Yes.
Hi, Mrs. Hill, Mr. Hill.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh yeah. I am super thankful. I love you so much. I haven't met you yet, but I feel, even as I speak with you right now, I do feel the heaviest energy throughout. I don't care who is giving out in there. We are not going.
It's in the comments. You should look
Yeah,
at the comments. There are people who are really trying to like disturb our peace.
we are not going to reflect on that. We are going to push as we go, and you are a blessing as much as you know it. We really know it. We feel it.
Yes. I want to thank you for the things that you're doing, the exposure of things that you're doing as far as there's a lot of spiritual warfare that's going on, especially in the churches.
Yeah.
There's a lot of I've been in the Pentecostal circles, charismatic circles, and a lot of things have happened to me, as a matter of fact. While I was a part of that. I have a lot to say about that. I came out of that by studying the Word of God itself. That's what brought me out of that. Because of I've been doing a lot of spiritual warfare. Particular church I went to, they do a lot of signs and wonders, and Jesus Christ warned us about that a time like this will come.
Yeah.
That he says that in Matthew 24, he says that false prophets and false Christs shall arise with signs and wonders. And in Matthew 24, he's talking about the end times. It's because we look that word sign that you look up in the Greek is the word miracles. So they will come with false miracles and stuff. So we see that a lot in the churches
in these churches, and their main goal is to prophesy all the time to show the extent of these false miracles. And people just fall for it because people are so desperate for redemption, for changing seasons in their lives, so they believe any single thing. But I'm so glad that the message that I tried to convey was well received with the people who were supposed to receive it.
Yes.
Shoo.
Oh, yeah.
People would say, no, it's just a South African thing, it's an African thing, but there's so many of our brothers and sisters in different continents that experience the same thing in different churches around the world.
Yes.
And nobody wants to say anything. It's like this cold blanket that's put on this thing as if it will disappear on its own. But you see the rise of these false prophets in these big charismatic churches, and you ask yourself, my God, who is ever going to say anything about these people? Because we can see what they're doing. How many people's lives have they destroyed, and the light they have sucked out of the youth and our mothers and fathers and brothers, to a point where young people are willing to sell their family homes to these churches, give away money, give away, sacrifice things for these pastors.
Thank you.
So many people trying to commit suicide because now
I'll fix it.
the people that they worship have left them. They follow them to the ends of the world. If they move to a new city, they move with them. If they move to a new country, they want to move with them. So I think it was really, really time. And I remember when I started that whole conversation, my spirit was so heavy, and I said, oh my God, how do we let our people perish? Like, why are we so quiet? Why are we so content with this? Why is it okay?
I am, I mean to cut you off, but I would just like, wow, because, me preaching in the prison systems and stuff like that happened to come out that environment. I start preaching against it, charismatic churches and stuff like that. They feature these signs and wonders. And I get, slandered at by my, brothers in Christ for that. But when you come with scripture, and you have these scripture bases like, okay, this is what the word says, and it's amazing because at the same time you expose us to witchcraft and the demonic stuff that is behind this, that is real. That is real good. And I really, really, really want to thank you for that. I really want to thank God for using you for that. Because I remember when I was part of that circle, the pastor laid hands on me, and I levitated up from the ground and thrown into the chairs. Yes, I am telling you the truth. Levitated up from the ground and thrown back into the chairs. My body started bouncing off the ground. I was lying down, but my body was bouncing. I had no control of myself. This is some spiritual stuff that really happened. And I couldn't get up for 20 minutes. And everybody's, they're running in circles around, barking like dogs.
Barking like dogs?
Yeah, turning flips and praising God. And me, I was lost at that time. And right after that, being a part of that, I started hearing voices in my head. And thank God that I was delivered from that when the voices just completely stopped. When I came out of that particular church setting. Yeah, so there is a lot of demonic stuff that's going on, and I'm so glad that because I was feeling like I was, not that I was the only one, but I kind of felt that way, and I thank God that God had brought you forth to show these people, okay, this is what's going on, this is what's going on. This is not of God. This is not. You can hear certain, like, for example, when somebody's starting to preach, you hear those, God give you that discernment, like, okay, oh, I know what he's supposed to go with this. And then they go right into their false teachings and stuff like that. That has nothing to do with the gospel at all. So what I've been telling pastors, deacons, we need to get back to the basics. We need to get back to, the teachings of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. We need to get back to, teachings of the Bible, because it has become a big, circus, money, prosperity thing, which Jesus Christ himself have never ever preached about anything about prosperity at all, So, but I just want to thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of demonic stuff behind it, a lot of cult stuff about it, spiritualism. We're talking about, Alice Bailey. Was it Alice Bailey? But it was Helena Pavaski.
Mm-hmm.
She's the
Helena
founder.
Pavaski.
Yes, she's the founder of the Theos. She said in her writings that that Theosophy will be taught in the churches, and yet we see this
happening every day.
We see it's happening because even the speaking in tongues and stuff like that, all that comes from, they do that in Hinduism and other religions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we see this stuff
creeping
have crept into the church, and now a lot of this stuff has been preached on the pulpit, and so, but I've been like talking to my brothers and sisters, like, man, you know what? This is not of Christ at all. So
we ought to pray.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you are really a blessing, Jackie. You are. And even if it's just the two of us standing to support you, we'll support you till the end. That is all you need. Because when it's coming from a genuine atmosphere, it's God sent. And when it comes from people that just want to throw stuff to distract you, that is really, really from the devil himself. And I don't care what you people say in the comment. I haven't read any. I don't want to read. I'm only waiting for Jackie's book to come. Let me stop. Yeah, but we really, really appreciate you. We really, really appreciate you a lot. Yeah.
I'm really grateful, because it's people like you, who remind me of what God wants me to do, and every day somebody comes and affirms it purely from their genuine hearts and nothing else.
Oh yeah.
For the mere fact that you guys have not even read the books, it's purely affirmation, you know, that God wants me to do it regardless.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you guys were honest enough to say, we actually haven't read it, but we have followed your vision. We have followed what you said, and we have followed. I mean, you guys are in Texas. That is so far away from South Africa. So you actually get to see the reach of God's hand in different places and specific people He wants you to touch, regardless of your location. So these moments are truly affirmations for me, because yes, sometimes I do ask myself, oh my God, who is really listening to the stuff that I'm saying? Who's even reading these books? Is it really that important? And you guys just affirmed it. You just literally affirmed it. And I'm very grateful, because I see even now in the comments, you know, people who are like, we're waiting for your books in China, in Cameroon, in Ghana, in the UK, you know, everywhere. So I have no doubt that I'm within my purpose. And when I'm within my purpose, I know God will provide as needed. That's why I say all these negative comments and what, they mean nothing, because I am literally living my truth and within my purpose and in God's preserved time. So
That's right.
You guys have really affirmed that there is reason and purpose behind every ounce of every little thing that I'm doing. Whether there's one person supporting or there's 1 million or 10,000 people. But the message is going exactly where it needs to go. Obviously with an exclusion of those who are trying to distort the truth or trying to distract us.
The truth.
But I am grateful. I will stick to what I'm supposed to do. And your support throughout will be highly appreciated, because I know it's going to get tough. It's going to get difficult. I'm going to reach out at some point and say, guys, can you please restore my faith? Because it's a bit shaky, you know.
We will.
So thank you
And we
for
pray
your
for you
affirmation.
a lot.
Thank you.
We pray a lot for you, because we feel like your message needs to go where God wants that message to be. It's like the chosen ones. We are all Christians, but we are not all going to heaven.
The skeptics.
Sorry about that, but yeah, it's just to be honest. But our wishful thoughts as Christians is for people to become closer and closer to the real truth, you know. And people don't want to come to realize. A whole lot of people cannot take the truth. To be honest, the truth is very bitter. If there's any Namibian, they'll understand where I'm coming from with it, and sour.
Yeah.
But people don't know how to take the truth. And the people who don't know how they take the truth are the ones that enforce negative forces towards the truth. And the truth will always set us free. Becky, we love you so much.
Continue doing what you're doing.
Guys. Thank you.
The negative comments going to come, you know, but you know, so the enemy, he's going to do his job. He's going to fight. You know, there's one time I was walking as I was exposing the occults in American churches, and you know, over here said I don't have a YouTube platform like you have, which is, I thank God, because it's a whole revolutionized things, and they will make, you already know. I had an owl one time. I was exposing the giant owl that was worshiping in California. A lot of politicians goes there and they worship a giant owl.
Yeah, you think it's only in Africa? Yeah.
Yeah, it's here. So I'm coming home from that Bible study. And all of a sudden I hear an owl behind me, just woo 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 woo, and you know, it scared me. I was like, oh, I had to get down and pray. One time, I was coming out of a store, and it was like 2 black cats facing me, and I just smiled and walked right past them. I just say, I rebuke you in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, and I walk past them. So
we even had the altercation where, like, our pictures on the wall, that time we're living in an apartment, were like falling off the wall, like, for real. I mean, things like that really, really comes heavy. It comes very, very heavy.
But the thing of it is that you know what it is, and then you use scripture, you know, what is it, Psalm 91, God says that He will send His angels to protect you, and Jesus Christ also said, I think it was in was that Luke 10? He says that He gives you power over all the powers of the enemy.
Yeah.
And so those scriptures, they come in handy, man, because when you, because you know, you out here exposing these things, you know, and I know how it is, and all of a sudden you feel presence around you,
Yep.
and things start happening. You know it was from, you know, something that's trying to intimidate you, because you know, before it happened in the natural, it comes from the spirit world, because it's like, I'm trying to get you to stop what you're doing because you're exposing me, but you're like, nah, you ain't gonna, you know. So those people that's writing those negative comments, or, you know, trying to even conjure up spirits after you, you know, you're gonna be okay.
You'll be okay.
God will, He will protect you.
Yeah.
Keep doing what
Preach.
you're doing.
Keep on doing what you're doing. Tell us the truth so that people like us who like to pray will know what to pray for.
And we're learning a lot.
We learn a lot from you.
keep going with the you know, the education of the snakes and stuff like that. Keep going with that. Learning a lot. We're learning a lot from you. A whole lot.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So
God
I
will
have my
provide.
daughters
God
and
will
my
definitely
sons.
provide.
Yeah, I have daughters and sons. So your book will be their storybook. Watch me. Watch me develop these human beings with more eyes to see.
Thank you.
Let's not keep you up, Jackie. We love you so much. I'll definitely DM you.
Please do. Good night,
All
guys,
right.
or good morning. It's morning in Texas.
It's night time here. All righty. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Wow. Wow. The Lord is my shepherd. Wow. You know when you try to dim somebody's light and God just shines on them. And God just shines on them. This is what's happening right now. Anyway, guys, this live was supposed to be 15 minutes. And I see you guys are asking me to save the live, guys. There's one thing I can tell you guys, is that I have never in my life been as focused as I have been this year. Never. I've been prayerful consistently till this very moment. I have been at peace consistently. I have served my purpose consistently. I have been true to who I am, not what people say who I am. I have been happy with who I am. And that's all I want you to see from me. The human being behind the books. You know, there's so much more coming in 2021. I'm writing my movie script. There's a new book coming out. I'm doing something cool with my friend, but he will tell you. And I've got very supportive people, and I've got a very supportive fan base. And funny enough, it's young people, old people, different countries, everywhere. So, to God be the glory, indeed. To God be the glory. Good night, everybody. Good night. I'm going to save it for you guys because you want it.